Okay, guys. So, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mahesh.
Okay. So now, what we have to do? We have configured the delivery groups, right? But we have published desktop to end users, but we do not have any storefront server, right? Okay. Let's wait for another guy to join. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. Okay.
As a VD engineer, what concept we need to concentrate on the studio, Mahesh?
Sorry. Come again. What you said?
Which concept we need to concentrate on this studio? Which services, machine catalog or delivery controller, like that we have
Like
services, right?
machine creation services are responsible for this. Okay.
Okay.
And
So,
now,
main,
okay, I will clear your query. Before that, let's create the storefront server quickly. So I'm just renaming this machine to storefront 01. I already had. So let's make it storefront hyphen 02. So this machine is booting up. So let's quickly join this machine into the domain. Let's domain name should be sf-02 and my domain, which is abc.com.
Mahesh, we have not provided any network configuration or DNS IP address in the network configuration, right? So how can we add that to the domain?
Why? Because all these servers are getting IP from my DSCP scope.
Okay, already created DSC scope.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Look, if you go into my server manager, tools, DSCP. So this is my DSCP scope, which is permanent in my lab, right? So if I
Okay.
expand the scope, you can see all the machines are getting IP from my DSCP scope only, right? So I do not have to enter the manual IPs again and again, right?
So DNS also we need not to enter, right? IP.
No. Look, DNS address is getting delivered with my IP only, like with my DHCP scope. So if you go there now on
Mm-hmm.
the scope options, you will see this is my DNS name, right? abc.com. And it is getting
Okay,
delivered to all the machines along with IP addresses, whatever the IP addresses they are getting from my DHCP scope, right? So you
okay,
can
okay.
see my DNS server. This is the DNS details all the machines getting. So I will show you if I go here in DDC now. So you will see like let me make it full screen. You will see if I open, right? So this is the automatic IP it is getting. If I click on details, you can see it is getting the DNS server as well with the help of DHCP scope, right? So I have nothing to enter manually. So where is your storefront? Okay, it is powered on now. And now this machine is into our domain. So let me log in. to this machine by my domain credentials. Let's mount the Citrix ISO file on this machine. Okay, this machine is into my domain. Perfect. Now let's launch the Citrix files. Click on yes. So StoreFront can be configured for virtual apps and virtual desktop both, right? So if you want to create a separate storefront to publish applications only, you can do that, right? But we will go with the second option. Why? Because we have to publish both the things, right? So from here, what we have to do, we have to click on the storefront. So storefront is nothing, it is a web page. When we are installing storefront server, now it will automatically install the web server IIS role in this machine. Right? I accept, click on next, install. So that installation, it may take a while. Okay, installation has been completed, right? Click on finish. Restarting. Okay. So now web server IIS role has been configured. After reboot, we will configure our storefront server. Okay, so as we install the storefront role here, right? So if you click on the start, you will get Citrix folder, and here just click on the storefront. For first time, it will take a while to load, so we have to wait. Okay, so as you can see, we are getting two options here. Okay, so we are getting two options here. First one is to create a new storefront server, and second one, if you are having any existing storefront server, so you can use second option to add this server into that server group for load balancing, right? So we have to create new one. So create on a new deployment. That will be the base URL. Why? Because this is the host name of our machine, sf-02. Click on next. Oh, why it is taking that much of time? Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mahesh.
Okay, it is taking a little bit long and we cannot terminate the process. Okay, no worries, let's wait. Okay, so this is how Citrix works, right? This is an end user device. On end user device, one web browser should be there. On that web browser, Citrix receiver should be there. If it is a mobile device, in that case, PNA agent client will be there. And what user has to do? User has to enter some URL. That will be a storefront URL, and user will be able to connect to the resources, right? Simply click on next. Now it is asking for store name. So simple, I can enter like India hyphen Indore. You can enter anything. Next. Now it is asking for the delivery controller, right? So let's name it delivery controller DDC hyphen 01 is our delivery controller, and we have to add delivery controller here, right? So DDC hyphen 01 dot abc dot com. Click OK. HTTP we are using on port number 80, that is fine. Click OK. Click on next. We do not want any remote access enable. Click on next. We only want authorized user can get into the infra, right? And now authentication method, we are good with the username and password, but if you have any RSA token, you can select this, right? If you want to use smart card authentication, you can select this. Multiple options are there, but all these services are the paid services, right? So as we are using domain controller, so username and password we will enter. Click on next. That will be the URL created. So now it will create the storefront server for us in couple of minutes. Okay, so our storefront URL is created now, right? If you want to test site, click on test site. It will open the URL. This is our URL. Okay, JavaScript is not there in Internet Explorer, so I can copy this URL, right? And let me open this URL here. What is the URL? Let me try to paste if I can. No, it's not copy pasting. So it is http colon double slash sf hyphen 02 slash citrix slash India hyphen Indore web. Okay, so this is our storefront server URL. I already installed the workspace app in this PC, so it is detecting. Now let's try to log in with test user test 01, right? Let me enter the password for test user and here ABC backslash. So you will see one desktop is published to this user, right? As I published 3 desktops to all the users like test user 1, 2, 3. If you can see here, right? In delivery group, I'm having 2 machines and let me make it full screen, okay? So that particular delivery group, it is restricted to 3 users only, right? Test user 1, 2, 3, right? So all those users will get the desktop. So now let me try to launch the desktop, how it looks like. So you will see it launching the desktop for test user 01 and desktop name is HR desk, right? So now it is automatically logging in my user, right? So my test user 01 is connected, right? All the applications are here. You can see whatever we installed in this master image. Now, if you go to the studio again, so here if you click on the sessions, you will see my test user 01 is connected to which machine? HR Dex 01, right? The session is active, right? So you will get all the sessions details here for all the users. Okay. So now, if you want, you can log off the user from here. You can disconnect user session. You can send the message. If you click on the view machines, you will see the machine name, right? So this is how it works, right? So now, so far I only published application, not application, desktop to my user, right? Now what I can do, I can publish. I got some requirement to publish application to my user, not desktop, right? So right now only desktop is available, right? No application tab here. So now let's change, do some modification in delivery group. So from here, go to the application, click on the applications, click on next. This is a delivery group to which we are publishing the applications. Click on next. Now add the applications from start menu and let me add Google Chrome, right? So in production, you might have seen like, let me show you. First add the application, right? So this is the application. Now let's add more applications to HR team. Next, from start menu. Now let's publish that spreadsheet. Okay, now two applications are published, right? To this delivery group, right? So what will happen if I refresh this window again? You will see two applications are now there, right? Guys, are you getting my point?
Yeah, Mahesh.
So if I click on Google Chrome here, it will directly launch the Google Chrome for this user.
Here I have some doubt.
Yes.
Actually, we are trying to add some applications, right? So
Mhm.
it is already predefined, or we need to add that. How can we add that manually? That applications.
Manually applications.
Yeah.
So
So
you can add manual applications as well, right? So add application,
yeah.
click on next, select the delivery group on which you need to publish the application, click on next. Now manually. So to publish any application manually, what you have to do, you have to
Hmm.
get the path. Okay. So let me click on browse and you can look, in like okay, so let me try to get some manual path for you into the Windows. Where is that CMD command prompt located? Anyone have any idea in which folder? System 32?
Hmm. Let me check. It is under System
Yeah, this
32
one, this
CM.
one. Okay. So now I'm selecting this application manually. Okay. So what will happen actually? Sometimes the applications which you are getting from your developer teams now, those applications are not getting listed in control panel, right? So what they guys do, they guys simply give you one folder and in that folder all the executable files will be there, right? So for those kind of scenarios you have to select the manual path, right? So right now we are selecting this manual path and application name is CMD for user, CMD, but you can create any, like let me name it Mahesh, right? Click OK. So now what will happen? Uh-huh. Sorry, guy. I need to activate the license. Okay. But
So
usually,
in real time scenario, we use that manual process only, right, Mahesh?
yes. So let me show you. Uh, how can I show you? Look, not every time. Few applications you can get from start menu, right? But for an example, we are having one web browser in the market, right? This is known as the Tor browser, right? If I install the Tor web browser in this PC, what will happen? Let me install this. and you will see I'm installing this application, right? But this application will not be listed there, right? What this application will do, it will create its own package somewhere. Finish. You can see this application created its own folder on my desktop, right? And in this desktop, all the executable files are there, right? So if I go there now, and if I refresh this, right, you will see there is no Tor web browser, but this browser is installed, right? So this type of application you cannot locate with the start menu option, right? You have to give some manual path. Like in my case, what path I should given? Let me not launch this. Let me go to the file location and this path, like till Firefox. This is the icon, right? This path I have to mention over there in the location. Getting my point,
Yes,
guys?
yes.
You can try on your infra, right?
Yeah.
Let me know if you stuck somewhere, but process is quite same, right? So now what I have to do, I have to launch delivery studio like Citrix studio again. I will do that. Okay. Now one troubleshooting question here, right? Our delivery controller was down. It was shut down suddenly, right? But you can see my user session is still running, right? It is already connected. So that means if your database goes down, your delivery controller goes down, there will be no impact on the existing sessions. Why? Because those sessions are getting delivered by these machines, HR deck 01 and 02, right? So if someone asks you what happens when database goes down, you can answer there will be no immediate impact on running users, right? But no new user will be able to connect to the session. So let me launch Studio again. So as you can see, if I refresh this, there will be no CMD because I was saving it and it was rebooted, right? So let's try to do it again. Okay, we are having only 2 minutes remaining. Okay, I'm terminating the call. I'm sharing new invite, guys. Okay.
Okay.